Happy Sunday. It's April 14th. Welcome to Wasatch Weekends. I'm Kimberly Perot, and on today's show, we are in the kitchen. Ross and I make a delicious white sauce flatbread with some sausage and spinach. Plus, we had a conversation with Jesse Benson, the owner and CEO of Fit Integrated. Now, let's get started with the weather. There may be times where you want to make pizza, but you want it a little bit more elevated. Let's take a look at this simple sausage and spinach flatbread recipe that Ross and I make in the kitchen. Oh, well, thanks for joining us. We're here in the kitchen.
Yes, love it.
Well, you know, I am a big fan of having like restaurant quality, easy to make at home meals. And what can you do that with is a good flatbread.
Love it.
Yeah. So, Ross, do you like a flatbread?
Yeah, easy ingredients and
Easy.
pizza.
Yeah,
Easy.
it's exactly right. You know, I think flatbread is like pizza with a fancy twist.
I like that.
So we're going to go ahead and do that. And these are really great ingredients. You can put whatever you want to on it, but we're going to do spinach and sausage. So we've got just regular pork breakfast sausage. You can throw that in there. It really doesn't matter. You can use any kind of sausage that you want to. So we're going to just put a little bit into our skillet that's been heating. So you just need a dab of olive oil. And then we've got the oven preheating and ready to go. So I actually like to toast my flatbread a little bit as well before we get going on making this pizza. But the best part is once you can kind of like cook everything down, it's not going to take that long to heat it up and to get ready to enjoy it. So I don't know. Ross, do you make pizza at home?
No.
No. Well, he's about to because we are working on this new flatbread recipe. But this is great. You can just get these flatbreads usually in like the fresh deli section of your grocery store. And we got two here, so we'll start with one. I like to brush them with olive oil or some sort of oil just to crisp it up a little bit before we actually start layering our toppings. So Ross, if you wouldn't mind passing me the olive oil.
Check.
Awesome. We're gonna make this into a sausage and spinach white sauce flatbread. So again, flatbread to me is just like the easiest way of saying a fancy pizza.
Yeah.
And it's not that big, so you don't feel bad if you eat the whole thing.
Yeah, and it's not as like heavy, right? So
Exactly.
you can feel good about it.
You know what I actually like to do? I pour a little bit of olive oil on it, and then I've got this basting brush. So I'll just kind of brush my pizza here with the olive oil. I don't know if you can see what I'm doing. I'll move this olive oil out of the way. But we're just brushing it. Our oven is preheated. And while we continue to chop and cook everything else, we'll let this crisp up in the oven. So you just want to make sure you spread it out evenly, just like that. And then the best part is if you wanted to make this like a garlicky white sauce pizza, you can put real garlic on it, or in the essence of time and making sure your fingers don't smell bad, we're going to go ahead and put a little bit of garlic salt all over this pizza. And again, this is the best part. You don't need to have exact measurements. You can just do whatever you've got in your pantry, or if you wanted to run to the store. And I know for us here, City Market is 5 minutes away, probably from everybody's place of residence. So you can just grab whatever ingredients you need to at the store. So I put some olive oil on the pizza, and then I put a little bit of the garlic salt. So while we're cooking the sausage, I'm going to put this into the oven just so it crisps up a bit.
Kim, what are your thoughts on pineapple? I
am a fan of pineapple on pizza. I think I like the idea of like a little bit of the juicy sweetness with the salty of whatever meat that it's usually paired with.
Yeah.
I could go ham, I could go bacon.
I think pineapple and jalapeno is like a classic
That
combo.
sounds so good right now. Unfortunately, that's not what we're doing
That's okay.
today.
That's
but,
okay.
You know, that would be a really great combo here as well. So we've got some spinach. We're going to go ahead and put some spinach on this pizza as well while you continue to brown up that sausage. So we're going to pull it up here. And, you know, if you don't have a proper knife on hand, that's okay. You don't need to because spinach does wilt when you're cooking it.
Right.
But we're just going to cut it up a little bit. I like to kind of take the end pieces off here, just like that, because sometimes that gets a little stringy when you're eating it. So we'll go ahead and do that, and you can just grab a few. You can chop them off, whatever you need to do to make it easy. And then I'm going to just do a rough chop of this spinach. That sausage is looking killer.
How big do we want these pieces?
You know, just bite size, whatever
Okay.
you want. So I'd say just kind of smash it up, looking great, nailing it.
I mean, this is the best size sausage
Yeah.
that I've ever saw.
And can we talk about my sole purpose in 2024 is to make you an expert chef by the end of the year? I think it's working. I don't know. You're looking pretty
I
good.
don't know about that. I don't know.
I think
don't
he's
know.
doing great, ladies and gentlemen. I
Yeah,
really do.
yeah.
Yeah, how do you feel? Do you feel better
One of
about
these
it?
days, I'm gonna lead it. All
Yeah,
right.
it's
We'll
exactly
figure it
right.
out. But one of these days,
You know, I keep telling Kevin that too. Kevin says he's been to culinary school and he has yet to show me what to do in the kitchen. So I'm just doing a quick rough chop of this spinach. I don't have a real chopping knife, but that's okay because we're not. It doesn't really matter like what this looks like. You're just kind of whipping this together in the kitchen. So imagine it's like a quick lunch or you know a weeknight dinner,
Love it.
whatever. Or maybe you're having friends over. You know, you just want something that's quick and easy. This is a great way to do it. Now, if you wanted to be fancy, you can make your white sauce from scratch. We are not, which is great.
make your dough from
You
scratch.
can make
I
your
bet.
dough from scratch. You know, another way that I like to make flatbreads sometimes is to just take like a low carb tortilla. So the best part is like any sort of carb base and then just throw the toppings on it. We've got some spinach, so this looks good to me. I think, how's that looking for you, Ross?
Almost there. Not
We're
quite
almost
done.
there.
But
You know, it doesn't need to be super, super perfectly cooked. I mean, it does, but we're going to put it in the oven for about 10 minutes as well, just to kind of meld everything together.
Yeah.
So I'm going to grab our flatbread out of here. You can see the edges are starting to brown up a bit. And Ross, I'm going to warn you, it's going to be hot. So I'm moving to this side while you continue to do that. Yeah, looking great. So the best part about this too is we can actually broil it when we're done, just so that everything melts.
nice.
So white sauce.
Okay.
You can make it from scratch or just buy the jar, which is what we're doing. We're talking about an easy way to make it. So we've got here, I can never pronounce it. It's a cacao pepe, which is basically like Parmesan and pepper and cheese. It's delicious. So I like to hit the bottom of the jar if it's a brand new one. Pop it open. There we go. It's looking great. Honestly, it does. I love sausage. So.
It smells like breakfast right now.
It really does. So I'm going to grab a spoon out of our drawer. And then while you're continuing to get that browning up, I'm going to spread the white sauce all over our pizza here. Then we've got some mozzarella cheese. We've got some spinach. I was telling Ross, I almost thought about bringing some caramelized onions and making those, which would have been a really fun thing to do, but it takes a while, so.
Takes a while. And
Not fast enough for one single kitchen segment.
last night we didn't need to do all those dishes either.
It's true. Dishes are always the fun part of cooking. So I'm just spreading on this white sauce here. And you can put as much or as little as you want to.
There's gonna be a lot of sausage for that.
You know, that's okay. We can just kind of sprinkle it on. We've got the white sauce going. It looks great. Then we've got some mozzarella. So we'll be putting that sausage on here in a second. Got some mozzarella cheese. I'm going to do a little base layer sprinkle of mozzarella, and then we're going to sprinkle on some of that sausage.
Oh, it's looking good now.
It looks great. You know, you don't have to put a ton of cheese on the bottom because of the white sauce, but I like to kind of put a base layer because you can never have too much cheese, right?
No such thing as too much cheese.
Too much cheese does not exist in my world, I'll tell you that.
Nope.
All right, great. So we've got our spinach. So Ross, if you want to grab some of that spinach that's been roughly chopped, yep, right there, looks great.
Cool.
And we're just going to sprinkle a little bit on here. Yeah, you can just kind of layer it, spread it around. Looks Looks great to me. Then we're gonna throw on the sausage, because this will melt a bit. So we'll just kind of break that up a little
We're
bit.
good to go with the sausage?
Yeah, I think so. We'll just go ahead and do that. And just put a little bit on and sprinkle it as best you want to. If you want to be brave and use your fingers like I am.
Kim.
I know it's toasty, it's hot, it smells delicious. You can smell all the spices. That looks great to me. I'm telling you, Ross is going to be an expert in the kitchen soon. There we go. And then I think that looks good to me.
I think that looks great.
Yeah, and we'll add a little bit more. I've got some parsley and the garlic salt, the spices right there. You can add whatever other spices you want to. We can do like an Italian if you have that. But I just grabbed what's in my pantry, you know. We'll just do a little.
Some red pepper flakes.
Red pepper flakes are always a great topper. You can either do it before or after. I'm a red pepper flakes after it cooks kind of gal.
Yeah.
What about you? Right?
Whatever.
Whatever.
A little bit here, a little bit there.
A little bit more cheese on this pizza because who doesn't like cheese, as we've already established? Looks good to me. Boom. What do you think?
That looks pretty good.
It's going to be a good one. You know, sometimes breakfast here is pizza for breakfast.
I love the thin crust, right?
Oh,
It's just
so
so
good.
much more manageable.
So we're going to pop this in the oven. It's going to just kind of all meld together, and then your flatbread pizza will be ready to go. So I'm going to pop this in, and can't wait to try it.
Breakfast of champions.
We're looking at the pizza. It is a fancy flatbread.
It looks awesome.
You know, it smells really great. You can smell the garlic from the sauce. You can smell a little bit of the pepper as well. And then the sausage. Who doesn't love the smell of sage and the taste of it? So I'm going to cut it. What do you think?
Cut it on.
Are we
Looks
trying
good.
it out?
Yeah, let's
We're
do
just
it.
going to go ahead and cut a little bit. Are you an end piece guy or are you in the middle?
The corners are the best.
The corners are the best. So we're going to just give it a quick little cut in the middle. Boom.
Boom.
And then here we go, Ross.
Love it.
You get to be the guinea pig and tell me what you think. He's like, oh gosh, the pressure is on. All right, well, I'll have a piece with you too.
Okay, let's do it. Which one are you going for here?
I'm going for here. I like the crust. Well, cheers.
We cheers it?
We're cheersing. Let's take a taste of this pizza. Oh my goodness.
It is so good.
My mom taught me not to talk with my mouth full, but I can't
It's
help
okay.
it.
It's okay.
You can just taste all of the delicious Alfredo sauce and the sausage and the spinach. Cannot wait to finish this, but we had a great show. We'll see you next time. Fit Integrated, what is that? Well, I had a conversation with Jessie Benson, the founder and CEO of it, to talk all about wellness, how it integrates both your physical fitness and your mental fitness. So let's take a look. Now, welcome back to the show. Our next guest is an award winner, has come up with some incredible concepts, but has over 20 years in the health and fitness industry. Joining me is the founder of Fit Integrated Wellness, Jessie Benson. How are you, Jessie?
Kimberly, I'm excellent. Thank you so much for having me.
Great to have you here. So excited. We were just doing a little bit of a sidebar before we started the interview. And tell me all about Fit Integrated Wellness and what you do.
Well, it started 2 years ago where we just relocated our facility post-pandemic. And so we actually relocated it into a 5,000 square foot facility where I saw the bones for some treatment rooms. So I brought in some RMT, I brought in physio, I brought in personal training, and we've assembled this entire concept with practitioners and what have you. So yeah, it's been an excellent, awesome journey. We've been working with a lot of people, getting them back on their feet, helping them back on the fitness wagon healthily, safely and healthily.
So Fit Integrated Wellness is exactly what it says. You've integrated fitness with wellness. And can you explain a little bit more in more depth of what your concept is and how you're bridging the gap between doctors and fitness?
Yeah, absolutely. So we saw, as we all know, the healthcare system is not ideal for everyone at the moment. And so people are seeking more proactive approaches to their wellness and their recovery. And so we're seeking to bridge this gap. And really what it comes down to is communication. When bringing all these different modalities together, they really are like different worlds, getting people, different types of people all working together. But we've been able to do this because we've brought all of our technology, all of our communications into one central place. And really, at the end of the day, each person holds a piece of the puzzle. So If you're working with a physiotherapist, they've got a piece of the wellness puzzle. If you're working with an RMT, they've got one as well, your trainer. And it's really when all of those people communicate together to find the solution, either be it holistically, but obviously also needing to have a very pragmatic approach and getting to the bottom of things and where those injuries may stem, whether they're chronic or whether they're acute. We can quickly, as a team, figure out what's going on there. I think maybe a little bit more a little bit more efficiently than if you were to go to a doctor or something like that.
Oh, that's so true. And I think you and I were chatting about how it is often, as you mentioned, a game of telephone. You know, you go to one doctor, they tell you one thing. You go to another doctor, they tell you something else. And if you're not part of the same system, oftentimes wires are getting crossed and you're not getting the right information. So how does your approach really begin? Like, let's say I were to come to you, you know, where would we start and what does that look like?
Yeah, well, you mentioned that you had a knee injury due to snowboarding, so you'd most likely start with our physiotherapist, Shane. You could do a free. She actually offers a free consultation online, but we've also got chiro and other physios as well. We've got RMT, so if you're in need of RMT, we could also follow up with that. From there, if you're looking to do any rehabilitative work, we can also get you in with one of our kinesiologists right out of the gate, have you do a workout assessment, where we then can get you started on some homework as well, like a food and activity journal. Again, depending on the nature of the injury, whether it's chronic or acute, we can also look at things like nutrition to help with inflammation in the body and help really expedite and speed up that healing process. So again, it's a bit of a holistic approach where the team will just jump into action depending on what the injury is. But again, if it's an acute injury, you could start with physio and then we go from there.
And it's really great. So you listen to what your patients, or I guess the people that come to you, you listen to what they're talking to you about, and you really try to assess it at the ground level. So, you know, talk to me about the different trainers and things. So you've won awards, and you also have an academy where you train and really equip your personal trainers and beyond. Tell us all about that.
Yeah, the academy is something I'm really passionate about. Our mandate has always been to make fitness accessible. So this means time, cost, and location. And we've been able to achieve that in a really big way, given that our fitness offering is 30 minutes. So it's very accessible. We've cut the cost down for traditional personal training by about a third with Fit in 30, with Fit Integrated, sorry. And we're looking to go even further. So what the Academy what allows us to do is give really everyone a shot at their passion and fitness. So we help certify trainers and we give them hands-on learning and experience. And if for people that are training with these newly certified trainers, they have the opportunity to get access to a trainer for just $20. So again, making it even more accessible, even more affordable to really the people who need it the most. So we don't see fitness as simply access to equipment. We see it as people requiring access to an instructor, somebody who can show them how to do things properly in the gym. And so we're really proud to see that. Again, it's just really people helping people, and the more we can remove that monetary component, the more pure it is. It's just in its purest form of, again, people helping people. My dream is to start a non-for-profit called FFA, Fitness for All Society. So once we have this for-profit model up and running, we're going to be able to seek out funding, given that a lot of the trainers are people who've recently immigrated here. Maybe they've got a bit of an accent, or they don't have the stereotypical look of a personal trainer, but they still have the heart and the passion to help people, and we just want to be the ones to help them pursue that dream, while again also making personal training accessible, potentially even free for low-income mothers or people again who need it the most.
I think that's so awesome, because personal training is often seen as a luxury and not as a necessity, because most people surprisingly do not know how to operate properly in the gym and often lead to injury, which then leads to all different kinds of things. So talk to us about the awards that you've recently won.
Yeah, so I was recently nominated Canada's Top Fitness Trainer by Impact Magazine, and that was a huge culmination again of that 20-year thing. So I've done probably more half-hour personal training than anybody in North America. I've done over 50,000 30-minute personal training sessions. I have countless transformations. I've developed all types of programs. So training, and I've opened gyms and all of that. I currently have two locations in BC and Calgary. So having a lot of fun with the fitness thing. But probably one of the awards that I'm most proud of was our Resiliency Award, which was also given to us by Impact Magazine for the surviving the pandemic, where 40% of gyms had closed down, but we were able to not only survive the pandemic and thrive, despite having to relocate our entire facility and clientele. And the award for me was just the reason it was so meaningful to me was just the fact that they took the time to acknowledge everything that had happened, um, and grant us this award as Canada's most resilient gym. I think that it's an important thing to have.
Awesome. Well, congratulations on that award. That's very exciting stuff. So if we can't make it to a physical location, can we follow you on social media or Instagram or websites and get a consultation or a program?
Yeah, yes, absolutely. We are 30% online, so we do offer online personal training as well. So you can reach us at our website, fitintegrated.ca.
Awesome. Well, Jesse, great to chat with you. Loved just hearing. I know we just scratched the surface of your knowledge and what you offer. So exciting things to follow and to learn from. So thanks for coming on the show, and we really appreciate you.
Thank you for having me.
Now stay tuned. We have a bit more on the show. We'll be right back after this. Well, thanks for spending your Sunday morning with me, Kimberly Perot, here on Wasatch Weekends. I'll see you next time.